If you've spent the last 9 months watching more movies than you did in the last 9 years, you should qualify as an expert. And if you fall into that category, you're probably going to warm to 2 new films premiering this week on Netflix. The first, Mank, is a great callback to the early days of filmmaking. The second, The Prom, is one of those exuberant musicals that doesn't fully track but makes you smile anyway. Mank, which stands a good chance of being nominated for Best Picture, looks back at the making of Orson Welles' masterpiece Citizen Kane. The focus, however, isn't on Welles but on Herman Mankiewicz, the film's screenwriter. Played by Gary Oldman, he's a rumpled writer who has a well-crafted comment for just about everything, Welles included. In flashbacks, director David Fincher shows the relationship Mank had with the real William Randolph Hearst. A charming conversationalist, he earns a seat at the table and a place in Hollywood's inner circle. There he gathers plenty of material that, when twisted, finds its way into Citizen Kane. Obviously a fan of the era, Fincher films this in rich black and white and doesn't skimp on the old Hollywood details. He gets a stellar performance out of Oldman and directs Amanda Seyfried to her best performance yet as Hearst's starlet, Marion Davies. While film historians will continue to support Welles, Mank suggests the grizzled writer was the genius behind this. It's an interesting theory, and thanks to Fincher, a pretty darn good movie. The Prom isn't in the same league, but it is plenty of fun, particularly since Meryl Streep is more than willing to play a Broadway diva who's down on her luck. She and 3 of her friends think if they find a cause to champion, they'll regain their luster. They land on a high school girl who's told she can't bring another female to prom, and immediately they're on a tour bus to Indiana to make a difference. When they get there, the 4 discover self-serving moves are just that, self-serving. Director Ryan Murphy captures much of the musical's energy with big showy production numbers, but he doesn't manage to close the plot holes that crop up like jazz hands. James Corden, as Streep's co-star in an ill-fated Eleanor Roosevelt musical, realizes he's trying to right some of the wrongs he faced as a gay teenager. Corden isn't right for the role, but that doesn't stop him from jumping into every number that stuffs the show. Nicole Kidman is underserved too as a Broadway dancer who can't quite land a leading role, but Andrew Rannells as a Juilliard-trained belter nails every scene he's in. Newcomer Joellen Pellman more than holds her own as Emma, the girl who just wants an inclusive prom. While Kerry Washington seems miscast as the mom opposing the idea, Keegan-Michael Key has just the right touch as the principal who helps the girls sort out all the attention. Now, The Prom isn't a sharp lesson about red and blue states, but an infectious musical that lets Streep show one more shade in her acting rainbow. Her Dee Allen may have gone into this venture for all the wrong reasons, but the actress comes out of it with all the right moves. The Prom isn't a well-constructed musical, it's just an enjoyable one. Sometimes that's quite enough. With your movies in a minute, I'm Bruce Miller.